Hi guys, this is your unsupervised quadriplegic, Crazy Quad, back with another weekly reset for Division 2 of the vendors. So before we get to the vendors, let's just remind you guys that we have the beginning of the Hollywood Global event. So remember, do that, and you need to remember to activate that. Mine's activated already, so remember that. And on day 1, our challenges is damaged shielded hostiles with thrown grenades, explosions, and EMPs. Hit shielded hostiles with your specialization weapon. Hit shielded hostiles with explosive skills. Melee attack shielded hostiles. I'll fail with that. Eliminate Rikers and complete any main mission on hard difficulty or above.
Incoming backup request.
So remember, activate your global events. Also remember in your projects, do your weekly HD requisition and donate whatever you can for your free exotic cash. Right, with that being said, let's get into the vendors. So at the White House, the main vendor, Cold Relations SMG with perfectly strained, 10% SMG damage, 12% critically chance, 7% health damage. MP5 SG, 10% SMG damage, critically chance, headshot damage, and bread basket. G36C, assault rifle damage, 10%, 14% health damage, and 6.5% crit chance. X45 tactical, pistol damage, headshot damage, 11% pistol damage and 9% headshot damage with spike. We have a backpack Sokolov with 11% weapon damage, 3.6k armor regen, and headshot damage with concussion. Then we've got the Providence Defense with 10% weapon damage, 6% weapon handling, and 7% skill damage with reassigned. We also have offensive system dexterity with critical hit chance, carbon fiber frame for your scan range on your drones, weathering coating on health, 7% health for your turrets, and improved sticky payload for your chem launchers. So nothing major there. Right, so let's move on to the clan vendor. At the clan vendor we have Roldy Holdings, 11% weapon damage, 7.8 headshot damage, and 4.1 armor regen with perfect focus. We've got Hunter's Fury, 11.5% weapon damage and 7.7 headshot damage. We've got Future Initiative, 1 skill tier and status effect. You might consider that if you're looking for status bolt. Ongoing Directive, maxed out weapon damage on that. So yeah, status effects might help here if you're doing the status effects with Ongoing Directive. Next up is ASG 12, and it It's got Future Perfect with maxed out headshot damage as an attribute, and core attribute shotgun damage at 11% and 9% damage to armor. So yeah, might be worth picking up for the headshot damage here, especially if it's not in your library. Up next, custom L86A2. That is the Vindictive talent. Maxed out swap speed for that. LMG damage at 7.8% and 11% damage to target out of cover. So once again, I'll pick that up later for my library. Next up is a LMG or Petrov defense group with weapon damage at maxed 15%, 7% headshot damage and 6.9 explosive resistance. Might be worth looking into picking that up if you're on LMG. Then we've got a shotgun ACS with ignited and maxed out attribute for critical hit damage. Once again, I'll pick that up to update my library, but yeah, it is all good. Then Douglas and Harding, weapon damage at 10%, armor regen 4.4 and health. Then we've got a Hanoyu and skill tier status effect and skill damage. This is something you might consider picking up for status build or skill build. So yeah, you can just reroll your status effects if you want skill damage for skill haste maybe. Next up is Kilogorge Armor 130k, 6.8% explosive resistance and then 9.2% effect status. Offensive system, critical hit chance, and then on the game launcher, duration research, polycarbonate housing for your hive at 4.4% duration, and phosphorus ingredient for 6.6 health. So yeah, here was a couple of pieces that's worth getting or looking into.
I'm happy that worked out.
Next up would be the theater. At the theater we have
Looking for something specific?
Overlord's Fox's Prey, maxed out damage to target out of cover. I'll pick that up to update my library. Not a bad piece. You could actually reroll skill haste for something else, maybe crit damage or critical chance maybe. Super 90 shotgun damage to armor, and then magazine size with Future Perfect. Military MK17, 9% rifle damage, 11% critical hit damage, and then 13.9% swap speed. Fenris gloves, skill haste, skill damage, and weapon damage. Heraldi Holdings, weapon damage, weapon handling, and explosive. Nothing spectacular in my opinion. Mending protection from elites, so prefer 12% or higher, but if you don't have any, this is always something good to pick up and keep a few in your stash. Electric motor for your seekers with skill haste, weaved aramid fiber for your shield, holster regeneration, and then adhesive for your Firefly for 6% damage, and then your hologram duration of 6%. So nothing too major here. Next up is the campus. So at the campus, we've got Carnage LMG, 10% LMG damage, 8% damage to targets out of cover, and 8% accuracy with perfect sadist. SARS or SRS A1, Marksman Rifle 10.6%, 91% headshot damage, and rate of fire of 3.7 with naked. Military MK46, 10.2% LMG damage, 9% damage to targets out of cover, and 7% critically chance or damage. China Light Industries, if you're running a explosive build, maybe status effects and critically chance. Grupo, weapon damage at 11%, 10.4 critically damage and repair skills. Skill duration, yeah, that's on the electronics. Polypropylene recipe for ammo on your chem launcher. Steel hardness for repair charges for your hive. Atmospheric analyzer, Jesus, what's happening with me? 8.5 effect duration. Trap charge improved duration. That is the three main save houses. Now DZ West. Okay, we're here at DZ West. Remember, any dark zone vendors require dark zone credits. I don't do the dark zone, so for me mostly not available. Shotgun damage at 11%, 9% damage to armor, and critical hit damage with perfect jazz hands. Super 90, maxed out critical hit damage. And spike. So this is worth picking up for the critical hit damage in your library. Update that. Shotgun damage at 5% and damage to armor at 11%. Lightweight M4, rifle damage, critical hit damage, critical hit chance. All of them is above average, so if you don't have a nice rifle, maybe pick this up. A hardwired set. Skill tier and skill damage 7%. Assassin 8, weapon damage 10.4 and headshot damage 7%. We've got the Providence Defense, weapon damage 9%, headshot damage 7% and critical hit damage 4.8%. Next up is weapon damage. For the Overlord, skill damage at 6% and then critical hit chance at 4%. Stamina armor on kill If you don't have, maybe it's not bad picking this up. DC motor for radius on your seekers, and for your shield, hostile regen at 4.1%, alignment valve, skill haste at 6.1%, and then a decoy for duration.
I appreciate your business.
Next up is DZ South. At DZ South,
I've got everything. Take a look. It's very good to see you.
Palestone Armory, maxed out armor. That's something you can pick up if you don't have it updated in your library. Repair skills and then weapon handling. Police UMP 45 with NSYNC. SMG damage 13%, 12% critical hit chance, and 4% damage to armor. The AUG A3, 10% assault rifle damage, 15% health damage, and 8.7 accuracy with spike. Diceros revolver or pistol, whatever. Pistol damage at 10%. And reload speed at 8.7 with future perfect. Patriot piece with armor at 113k, and then hazard protection. Aces and 8, weapon damage with 7%, and then weapon handling with 7.5%. Then we've got a Yarl backpack, armor 117%, 117k, 7% skill damage, and 4.4 critical hit chance. Douglas and Harding with chest piece with weapon damage 4.5%. 4.5k armor regen and 9.4% status effect with tag team. Critical hit chance for your offensive protocol, graphene battery, deflect duration 6.2%, ammo box for your turrets for health 7.8%, and improved sticky payload for 6.3% damage. And then lastly for the DZ East, at DZ East, let's have a look.
Whatever you want, I've got it. Agent,
So
it's good to see you.
Ekim's long stick, Marksman Rifle, 9.5% Marksman Rifle damage, 86% headshot damage, and damage to armor 5%. Perfect Ranger. SOCOM MK20 SSR, maxed out damage to target out of cover. Pick that up like me if you don't have it updated on your library. Marksman Rifle damage 6.1%, 91% headshot damage. Classic M60 LMG with 11% LMG damage and 8% damage to target out of cover. And then damage to armor at 5%. Tip of the spear, 12.7%. Weapon damage and 14k health. Future initiative is the next holster with skill tier and 3.8 armor regen. Empress International, 1 skill tier, skill damage and critical hit damage. If you're working on a build, skill build, you can pick this up and reroll the critical hit damage. The Empress International holster, skill haste and critical hit damage, can reroll the damage again. And then electronic skill duration, and then infusion, extra ammo for your chem launchers, your hive housing, more health, analyzer, effect duration, and trap charge improvement for duration. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you on the other side.